So welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. Like she said, today's topic is going to be about food allergies. So before we go into the PowerPoint presentation and we talk about food allergies, I want to tell you who I am, how I became a health counselor, and my story about food allergies. And if you can't hear me or anything, please let me know. I'll try to get the microphone where it should be. So, I am a certified holistic health counselor and raw food educator is what I am. And what that means is I'm a life coach and nutrition coach. I teach people how to change their diet and lifestyle. So how did I get to where I am? I have two jobs. My second job is at the Worcester County Jail in House Correction. Yeah. So I always tell people I need my get out of jail free card. Yep. But basically what I do there is I'm a dispatcher. And I've been there for 22 years. And dispatch can be very, very stressful. For 13 of those years, I worked 3 to 11. I dealt with riots, escapes, hangings, you name it. I dealt with it. I was on by myself a lot. So I had, 1,000 inmates and 300 to 500 employees under my belt a lot of the time. So it was very stressful. So from that stress, I developed multiple food allergies. And it hasn't been fun. So let me tell you how I found out about it. Let me backtrack. When I was 21, I had my tonsils out because my glands were really, really swollen. And my doctor just thought that I needed my tonsils out. Well, fast forward a few more years, I wound up getting food allergies. So what happened was when I had the tonsils out, it really was a food allergy. But I didn't figure it out until I was 33. So backtrack, 21 I had the tonsils out. And the reason I knew that it was the food allergies, of course, I figured it out years later, because when I had those tonsils out, my throat wasn't sore on the inside. They were just swollen here. And after they were out, I was sick for 3 weeks. I dropped down to 92 pounds. I couldn't drink apple juice. I couldn't get chicken stock down, and I couldn't get the medicine in. I just kept gagging on everything. So like I said, I put 2 and 2 together, and years later, I figured it all out. I started having problems. It wouldn't go down. I had to get water to swallow it. Well, it finally hit its peak on Christmas night about 12 years ago. And I had just a few bites of turkey, a little bit of wine. Well, there's sulfites in wine, and turkey was one of the things I was allergic to, and chicken. So I almost died. I had quite a few near-death experiences. So what did I do? So what I did was I just started going to doctors and everything and did allergy tests. I did the scratch tests, things like that, and found out I was allergic to almost everything in the beginning. I was allergic, when you do the scratch test, there's numbers 1 through 4, and I was a 3 or a 4 for almost everything. We're talking the wheat, the dairy, the corn, just everything. So I did that for approximately 3 years in a row, and it would switch every year. I rotated all my foods. I learned how to do that. So I thought, okay, I can reintroduce things. So I reintroduced wheat, and again, it came right back. So fast forward, I went to other practitioners. I went to healers. I did muscle testing. And these things finally started to help me. So I had to be my own advocate. I had to do a lot of research. I went back to school for nutrition. I went to Worcester State College for my bachelor's of health degree. From there, I met Alex Jameson. I did a paper on the movie Super Size Me. And I worked with Alex Jameson by phone. And she was my health counselor. She is a holistic health counselor, which opened my whole world to holistic health. So I just really had to learn to help myself. Muscle testing was really helpful because it taught me what I just couldn't have. Because there are a lot of foods out there that are healthy, but at the time they weren't healthy for me. Quinoa, very, very healthy, but it was a grain that my body just didn't want. The grains I just couldn't digest. So I found out years later, basically the biggest problem for me was gluten, because the gluten wasn't digesting. So by not digesting, a lot of the other foods I would eat wouldn't go down. They just kind of sit right here. You can get all kinds of symptoms from food allergies. And another symptom is an exercise-induced allergy attack too. I would take walks or try to work out because I wasn't losing weight either from the food allergies. It just doesn't digest, you're going to gain weight. So, I'd have pain right here if I exercised, and I know what that was from. I'd have chest pains when the pollen season was out tenfold because I had so many food allergies. My body was fighting so hard for the food allergies, for the pollen. So the only reason that I knew that the chest pain wasn't a heart attack was I took a Benadryl and it went away. Go figure. Not a big fan of drugs, but that's how I figured it out. So I had to just be my own advocate in a lot of ways. So basically that's how I became a health counselor and what I'm doing now. I do a lot of classes and workshops. I'm working at Worcester Nightlife in a raw food course. I specialize in raw food, digestion, and of course food allergies. So I'm doing a 6-week course at Worcester Nightlife at Forest Grove School. And in Brookline, I'm doing a raw food course. I'm doing a vegetarian sushi class, which I'll show you later. Just a lot of classes and workshops, and I absolutely love it. I love teaching people how they can help themselves, not only with food allergies, but other illnesses as well. Food is amazing. I've taken a raw food course. I went to integrated nutrition in New York City after I went to Worcester State College. So I've just spent a lot of years studying about health, nutrition, and how I can heal the body. But I have to say, the 10-week raw food course that I got certified in was really eye-opening. I studied all the stuff about health and nutrition for a very long time, and I didn't know anything about sprouts, wheatgrass, any of that kind of stuff. That wasn't in any of the books. So as nurses, I highly suggest anything you can learn about nutrition will help you so much in helping your patients. So with that, I really do want to get to the PowerPoint. So today my focus is about what's causing food allergies, because I know most of you know what a food allergy is and a food intolerance, and you probably know all the medical part about food allergies, so I don't really want to get that deep into that. So I titled it gluten-free, wheat-free, nut-free, dairy-free, corn-free, soy-free, oh my. And I put corn in there too, because everything has corn, high fructose corn syrup. It can be in your tomato sauce, it can be in your clothes, it can be in your plastics. So God forbid if you're allergic to corn, you're in trouble. It can even be in the IV solution that they put. And not all of them, but it can be there. So if you're allergic to that, you're in trouble. So again, what is a true allergy? Instead of reading the slide, who wants to tell me what a true allergy is and what a food intolerance is? Somebody want to tell me? Anyone? Well, I know you
Anaphylactic reaction.
You're close. Go ahead.
Some people will eat a certain food item
Yep.
and have an anaphylactic reaction.
Right.
Which closes the airway.
Right.
A medical emergency.
Right. Which is what happened to me. I have had a couple of anaphylactic reactions. Yeah, peanuts. The major ones are peanuts, milk, eggs, those kinds of things. Yeah, because of the protein.
And you never know until it happens to you.
Right, exactly. And the sad part is as adults, because of stress too, stress can bring it on. So, which is what my problem was the stress in my job, because it just brought it on. So, and food intolerance, the difference, what would that be?
Vomiting, nausea,
Right.
diarrhea.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so I think everybody understands the differences. I mean, I don't have to really read the entire slide, but just so you understand what the difference is. A lot of people will say they're allergic to this or allergic to that, but it's really an intolerance. So I teach my clients, my students, to just listen to their bodies. I have a woman in a class right now, she's so funny, she's a college professor. And she's like, oh my God, you're so right. I have something with wheat in it, and I just want to take a nap. And she really just like laid out on the chair. It was really funny. I was like, oh, I'm glad I'm coming through to you. So we talked about the food intolerance. So why are allergies on the rise? So I've tried to label some of the more common ones. How many here know what genetically modified food is? Raise your hands if you know what genetically modified food is. So raise your hand if you do not know what genetically modified food is. Quite a few of you. Okay. I'm going to make it very simple. It means that the food has been altered in a lab. They're making food genetically modified to make more of it, but it's foreign to our bodies, and our bodies can't digest it, and it's causing us to get things like leaky gut syndrome and food allergies. Another thing that's causing food allergies: chemicals, food additives, cleaning agents, cosmetics, etc. How many of you know about food additives causing allergies? The red dyes, the yellow dyes. Yeah. These things are all foreign to our system. We can't digest them. It takes 48 to 72 hours just to digest food. Imagine what it takes to digest yellow dye, red dye. Environmental, water, air pollution, soil, pesticides. Let's think about the water, the air pollution, soil, and pesticides. For water, how about fluoride and chlorine? You know about fluoride, how it's not very good for you in the water? We'll talk about that a little bit more on another slide. But chlorine, all these things are causing havoc in our bodies. Hormones in our food, being injected into animals in the milk. And the next slide, you're really going to like this one, causing man boobs. Man boobs. There's actually a picture of a little boy, his head, I couldn't get his head in there, but the kid was probably about 14, 15 years old in the picture. This is what's happening. We're developing earlier. So even, here's a statistic for you. About 15% of American girls now begin puberty by age 7, according to a study of 1,239 girls published last year in Pediatrics. 1 in 10 white girls begin developing breasts by that age, twice the rate seen in 1997 study. Among black girls, such as Layla, 23% hit puberty by age 7. Age 7? Sick. And environmental chemicals can also interfere with our hormones. So that's another thing to think about. Pesticides to flame retardants in perfume can interfere with the hormone system. Chemicals used to soften plastic act like hormones. Research found that 68% of girls in like their puberty have been highly exposed to the, I can't say the word, but biplates, compared with only 3% of girls developing normally, and that was out of the U.S. Today statistic. Hormones into young livestock can make them gain weight faster. More weight means more meat, which means more profit to the producers. Hormones also increase the production of milk by dairy cows. Hormones have been used for decades in the meat and dairy industry. Synthetic estrogens and testosterone are the most common. Typically, farmers implant a pellet into a cow's ear at an early age, releases hormones through the animal's life. How many people knew about this? All the hormones. Yeah. It's affecting all of us in the way we develop.
Are they still doing that? Yes. Are they still
Yes.
doing that?
Yes, you'd have to buy like an organic milk or raw milk to get away from it, or not drink it. Almond milk is good. Yeah. The EPA, FDA, and USDA all play a role in ensuring pesticides on our food don't exceed the tolerances. However, in 1999, 40% of U.S. produce tested by the government contained pesticide residue. About 1% of domestically produced and 3% of the imported food had levels that violated standards. And although they're assumed to be safe, these chemicals are by their very nature toxic and haven't been studied directly in people. In a study in Minowa, individual safety profiles of pesticides don't take into consideration any hazard from their combined effects. Take a box of cereal off the shelf and you can find residues from 32 pesticides. each one within its tolerance, but what's the effect of those chemicals acting in a combination in our bodies? So it's something to think about. There's a lot of pesticides and things going on there. There are thousands of substances added to various foods for the purpose of coloring, flavoring, and preservatives. Additives are usually only a very small component of foods, but have been suspected of causing various reactions. And we talked about that a little while ago. There's just a couple of them: tartrazine, annatto, carmine. One of those I think is in Coca-Cola, if I'm not mistaken. Antioxidants such as BHA, DHT, emulsifiers, stabilizers, gums, lecithin, MSG, spices, sweeteners, preservatives such as benzoates, nitrates, and sulfites. And when I first started with the food allergies, I thought that it was sulfites that was bothering me, because I worked with a guy who had a sulfur allergy. He almost died by eating grapes, and his doctor almost killed him by giving him a prescription with sulfur in it. Go figure. I thought sulfites was a problem, but it wasn't. Intolerances or allergic reactions to food additives can cause things like urticaria, angioedema, which just means like the hives or welts, atopic dermatitis, sweating, itching, flushing, gastrointestinal, abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, respiratory, asthma symptoms, cough, rhinitis. How many of you have a runny nose today? Yeah, a lot of people have a little allergies. The pollen's out in full force right now. But is it just the pollen that's aggravating you? That's the question. Food additives can cause muscle aches, joint aches, fatigue, weakness, neurologic, behavior, and mood changes. Wheat can do that. Wheat can really cause mood changes. Attention deficit and hyperactive disorder. Wheat does that also. Migraines, numbness. Wheat's very common in arthritis. How many knew that wheat can aggravate, gluten in wheat can aggravate arthritis? How many knew that? Not too many, yeah. If you have arthritis problems, joint pain, get rid of the wheat. Go gluten-free. You will feel better, I promise you. What flavorings and taste enhancers cause reactions? MSG, flavor enhancer, added to various foods. Reactions have been called the Chinese restaurant syndrome. We always feel like we're more hungry after we eat MSG, right? The Chinese food. And symptoms include numbness on the back of the neck, shoulders, arms, weakness, and palpitations. Other symptoms include facial pressure, tightness, headache, nausea, chest pain, and drowsiness. MSG is also suspected of worsening asthma symptoms. Sulfites also contribute to asthma symptoms sometimes. Aspartame. How many know that aspartame is poison? Anybody see the movie Sweet Poison? No? Watch it. It's a great, great documentary. Sweet Poison. Aspartame is a sweetener used in sugar-free foods and drinks. This food additive has been suspected of causing such symptoms as headache, seizure, and urticaria. It's also been accused of MS symptoms. So if you have any patients or you know anybody with MS, ask them if they have a lot of aspartame in their diet. It may help. I'm not going to say it's going to get rid of it, but it may help. Sulfites, common preservative, which we talked about. Nitrates. Nitrates are usually in a lot of lunch meats, things like that. Those also are in meat products. Also include the hives, itching, anaphylaxis. When I first started with the food allergies, I couldn't even eat the meat or the food out of a grocery store. It just wouldn't even agree with me. I couldn't even swallow it. I've gotten a lot better, about 95% better, thank God. But that's because of all the chemicals in the foods. My body just wouldn't even take it. And here's a statistic for you. 5.5% of parents surveyed in 2011 reported having a child with food allergies. That's 67% increase from 1997. 67% increase. Isn't that insane? We wonder why we have all these problems, digestive problems. When just 3.3% of parents answered positively to the question in straight numbers, that's an estimated additional 2.7 million children in a 14-year time span. And that was out of public media. Public media. Again, this is the genetically modified food. And at the top of that says, we don't have to tell you what's in it. So it says, what's in this stuff, fast track bill, Franken Foods. So I just thought that was kind of funny. And that's the controversy right now, is trying to get people to label genetically modified food on the food labels. We don't know what's in our food. So they're just showing that the kids, all they're eating is MSG pizza, MSG dogs. There's aspartame there, I think, and it says Monsanto. How many people know about Monsanto? Well, Monsanto is the man in charge of all these genetically modified foods because they're making money, a lot of money on fake food. Corn is one of the biggest ones. The effects of genetically modified food in rats, according to I think this was Natural News. They get tumors. Isn't that sad? Yeah. This is what our food is doing to us. And then this just explains a little bit about it. Comes from crops that have been altered by mixing and matching genes. Herbicide, plants engineered to withstand heavy herbicide spraying without sustaining damage. Plants engineered to produce their own pesticides. So if a bug bites one, its stomach explodes and dies. So that's what Monsanto is doing. And farms have even had to shut down because he wants the farmers to use the GMO seeds, and they don't want to use them. Viruses are used to genetically engineer the genes into a new species. Inserting the gene and then cloning it can trigger massive collateral damage, sometimes hundreds to thousands of genetic mutations down the line. The end result is a gene sequence that doesn't exist anywhere in nature. What could possibly go wrong? Well, plenty can and does go wrong. Your immune system on attack. When it sees a gene sequence that should be a food, it attacks as a foreign invader. And chronic inflammation is the result in your gut. So basically that's what that's saying. Key site where inflammation occurs is your gut. Gut inflammation is a precursor to all sorts of chronic problems, from heart disease to thyroid dysfunction to arthritis, autoimmune disease, you name it. Since the introduction of GE corn and soy into the American diet in 1996, numerous disorders related to gastrointestinal inflammation have been on the rise. And I'm going to pick on my cousin today. You notice the rise in all this? Yeah. Huge, right? Yeah. Is your food turning your gut into a pesticide factory? Let's see. There's BT crops, again, toxins flowing through your bloodstream, passing through pregnant women, their babies. Strong warning that BT crops cannot be considered harmless. So that's multiple BT corn, including multiple sclerosis, inflammatory bowel disease, and multiple forms of cancer. 2012 demonstrates BT toxin does break open the little pores in human cells, so it could potentially cause the same problem in your gut as it does for the insect it kills. Potentially cause gut permeability, leaky gut, which can predispose you to all sorts of health problems. And leaky gut leads to food allergies. So. So this just explains about the leaky gut, and you guys being nurses, I probably don't have to explain how that all works, but all the food particles leak out and then resulting in things like food allergies or intolerances. Can turn into a living pesticide factory. Let's see, for decades now, people have been eating these frankenfoods and allergies have been on the rise. 5 million children now suffer from food allergies, according to Dr. McCullough. How many of you have heard about chemtrails? Does anybody know what it is? What is it? Nobody knows. Wow. So you guys are in for something interesting. Chemtrails are widely observed in numerous counties. What they are is basically the airplanes, when they go over, they are spraying. Okay, there's chemtrails, and I'm going to show you another slide to show you what it is. Chemtrails and contrails, there's a difference. So I'm going to fast forward. Okay. Chemtrails are similar to contrails. Contrails are when the plane leaves like a little line in the sky. However, chemtrails leave like parallel lines in the sky, and it's a dust that stays there. And I'll show you a picture of that in a second. So that's the difference between the two. There's the picture. This is what they're spraying in our skies. Have you seen those? Yeah. They're not just the airplanes leaving a trail like they used to. They're leaving this. And that's getting in our food, our soil. We're breathing this. Nobody knows for sure. There's all kinds of theories on what it could be. Some people say it's about global warming. They're trying to protect us from global warming. Some people say they're trying to dump the jet fuel. But what it does have is aluminum, barium, all kinds of things. And let me just back up again. Okay, here's the slide of what it has. It has aluminum, barium, calcium, magnesium, and titanium. And let's see. 3 separate rainwaters and snow samples in Chapel Hill, North Carolina have been collected and submitted for formal double-blind laboratory analysis. Let's see. Just trying to see what I'm saying. Okay. We're not meant to breathe these materials. And it's causing havoc on us. It can cause all kinds of things. It can cause, again, fibromyalgia because it affects the nervous system. Go ahead.
Are you saying that that's a purposeful release of material in the air, or is it part of the engine combustion?
Well, that's the problem. There's so many different theories on it. Nobody knows for sure what they're spraying, but we do know that it's causing us to get sick. It's causing, like, sinus problems. It's causing problems in the food. And I actually have a story about the water. My mom has cats, and a couple of years ago they had jet fuel found in Millbury water. Well, just recently her cats were getting really sick. They kept throwing up all the time. Somebody told her to switch the water. So she got like Palm Springs water, and they're not sick anymore. So, I mean, is there still jet fuel in the water? I don't know, but it's something to think about. I know people, like, look at the winter. People that are outside, they work outside for a few days, they get flu-like symptoms. The kids, they're outside in the snow playing. They get flu-like symptoms, okay? Are they getting the flu in March? I don't ever remember getting the flu in March. It's usually in Christmas time, Thanksgiving. So just things to think about. We have no solid proof, but it's something to think about. What are they spraying? And it's breaking down our immune system. Let's see. right here. In Las Vegas, it's leaving many people stricken of the flu and allergic reactions. So just to show you. Alright, we did that one. And again, contaminated water, chlorine and fluoride. Chlorine in tap water has been linked to the rising number of people developing food allergies. Let's see, pesticides also weaken food intolerances. High levels of dichlorophenol, chemical product of chlorine, 80% more likely to have food allergy. So again, things to think about. Fluoride is very poisonous in large amounts. Fluoride leads to fluoride levels in tissues and organs which damage enzymes, results in a wide range of chronic disease. Fluoride weakens the immune system and may cause allergic-type reactions which include dermatitis, eczema, and hives. How many people knew about the fluoride in the water that can really cause problems? Some of you know, okay, good. And the chlorine too? Yeah, you have to check to see if your town has it. I'm not even sure if Auburn does. I live in Auburn.
Worcester doesn't.
But, you know, the answer is drink purified water, you know. So I want to show a little video clip right now just to make it a little more fun and not so bad news. So I just want to show you a little video clip that just shows you what we've come to.
You know, it's funny because I was milk.